nieces and nephews. It's me, your weird Uncle Rald. And today, we're gonna do another tier list. Oh, yes, we are. We're doing it on Monopoly pieces. So, spoilers if you've never played Monopoly before. These are the pieces you're gonna use. With me always is disembodied voice.
Hello.
That's Sean. He's gonna help us decide what tier our pieces are going to go in. So let's go over what the tiers stand for. We got super awesome, regular awesome, below awesome, certainly not awesome, dreadfully not awesome, and
I still think, okay. Dreadful.
Our people haven't gotten back to us about rearranging the alphabet.
Oh, okay. Well.
And F stands for ha, which is bad. Okay, here we go.
Is that part of the title? Like parentheses? Which is bad.
Which is bad. So first up, nieces and nephews, we have a classic. Well, I guess they're all classics, but we have the shoe.
You should say a classic before every single one. Like, a classic Monopoly piece.
So we have the shoe. I don't know. It's not my favorite piece. It's kind of like, what's a shoe without its partner, you know? What do you think?
Shoe without its partner. So here's the thing. And when you're looking at these pieces, you got to think like, could that move around the board? And it obviously doesn't matter because you play games like Sorry with those little pieces that kind of look like chess pieces or something. I mean, obviously they can't move. But a shoe or a boot, I guess a shoe?
Shoe.
Boot. High shoe. You can pretend to walk with it around the board, and that's very enjoyable. I like to do that.
Where would you put it?
I'd definitely have to say, based on all the reasons I said, which was one, S.
S? Okay, are you going to do this again? Every time I'm like, should I mention
No.
S tier?
No, I have certain criteria I'm looking at, so I'm going to say S if you want to meet me in the middle.
I was going to say C.
Alright, we can put it at like A, S, maybe S.
Let's give it an A.
Okay.
Next up, we have a classic Monopoly piece. We have the car. I'm guessing you're gonna rank this highly because it would zoom around the board.
Yeah, I mean, you can be like, so say you get a 10, and you're gonna lap everybody and collect go, and probably land on boardwalk and you go,
Oh, wait, okay, how are you gonna pass go? How are you gonna pass go and
doubles
land on board? Oh, I guess if you roll 2 5s, you would get
But
a
if
10.
you roll doubles, is it twice or 3 times?
Three times you go to jail.
Okay, so you could easily roll 20 spaces. How many spaces is a Monopoly board? Like 6 trillion, 8, 9, 5, 3, 4?
I would guess
More than
40
5.
spaces.
40.
Because there's probably 10 on each side. That's my guess.
Is there?
People are probably Googling it right now, like there's 12 on each side.
There's people that probably just know that since it's like a relatively
A classic
easy
game.
thing.
I'm not a big fan of cars. I am as a concept. Like as a style choice, I'm not a big fan of that. But I do like the idea of driving from property to hotel to property to hotel.
Yeah.
And free parking when it makes sense that there wasn't a car.
Hell yeah.
So I put it A. Where would you put it?
I would put it A.
A? Okay.
Yeah.
Next, we have a classic Monopoly piece. We have the thimble. If you put this anywhere but S tier, you're wrong. The thimble's the best piece.
Why is it the best piece?
I just like the idea of a freaking thimble as a game piece. Like, you know, what's a thimble used for? So you don't poke yourself with the needle. Like, if you're hardcore like I am, you sew without the thimble. So, like, I don't know. It just stands for wussiness.
Yeah, that's true. And anytime someone says, like, take a little bit of something, like, a thimble's full, or whatever.
Yeah, thimbles work.
Or, like, a little mouse is always drinking out of one in a cartoon.
But I really like that.
Oh, wait, do they have holes in them?
No.
It's just like groove.
Yeah, it's groove, so you have like a grip with it. So.
Okay, that's cool.
I really like the thimble for that reason. Like, it's a really humble piece, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, where would you put it?
I mean, you're obviously saying S. I think it's pretty fun to move around the board, like hopping around, like you said. It's funny to be the thimble and pwn people. 'Cause it's like, oh, you're listening to the thimble. Like, fuck off. I remember it being like the least liked piece. So I would definitely put it as like some of my most liked piece because, like I said, just cruising around the board as a thimble. It's a good way to flex on the haters. I would say A. I mean, you can...
Well, overrule this here.
Wow, dude. Okay, I want the shoe an S.
No.
S.
Next, we have the battleship. A classic Monopoly piece. I'm really like, I'm hit or miss on the battleship. Boo. I don't know. Where would you put it?
I too am indifferent. I think it's kind of neat. It's like one of the more detailed classic pieces. I mean, look at all those like turrets and or whatever you call them, spires. I don't know. It's got a lot of like little parts on it, so it looks cool.
A lot of detail.
You can also, I think there's a bonus to things you can make a noise for it, and you could like go around the board and be like, you know, like you're blowing a foghorn or something. That being said, I never picked it. I would say B.
I would say C, so I'll put it in B.
Yeah.
Next, we have a classic Monopoly piece. We got the hat.
Oh,
we got the hat.
Hell yeah. Hat's great.
Well, the hat doesn't move around the board, and also there are no sound effects for the hat.
That's
so
true.
What reasoning do you have for the hat?
Hats are cool. It's a cool looking hat. It's a, what is that? What do they call that?
Top hat?
Is it a top hat?
I think so. It's not like an Abe Lincoln top hat, but...
There's names for hats. I don't know them.
I don't know. I feel like that's such an adult thing to know. Like, people are like, huh, that's not a fedora. That's a yum, 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 yum. I'm like, it's a stupid hat to me.
I don't know. I'm sure a haberdasher would beg to differ about the stupidity of hats. But, I don't know. I think it looks cool. It was always fun to pick, because... One cool thing you can do with it, I should talk about this too, interaction with other pieces. So going back, the boot you could kick people with. The car you could run over pieces. The hat you could put on top of other characters to be like, oh, you're wearing a hat. So like that's cool too. Please include that in the video because I forgot to mention interaction with the pieces. That's So, based on the fact that you can adorn the hat upon other characters, and it's just a fun thing because it's like a hat blowing in the wind, you know, just waiting to, I don't know. I'd probably say, since I judged the other ones on those other criteria, I'd say I would put it at like a B.
I'd probably give it a B too, because the hat's cool. Like, you know, standalone, I think it would be a lot cooler. With the other pieces, the hat I always forget about. So I put it at B. Alright, up next, we have a classic Monopoly piece, the iron. You know what I love? Ironing clothes. Something no one has done in at least 40 years.
There's gotta be a reason they picked some of this shit, but I don't know any of it, so I'm just judging off. Look at
how cool it is.
Yeah, I mean, look at that thing. It's ancient. Like,
Does that mean it's cool or not cool?
I don't know. It looks like it's powered by gasoline somehow. And it's just boring in this game. I mean, it's an iron. I guess you have the potential to stick it on people and go, but that seems kind of violent. I don't know.
And who's like in the cutthroat race of Monopoly? I guess you got iron in your suit. I'm wrong.
That's true. Maybe. I don't know though. I'd say C.
I was
maybe D.
I was gonna give it a D.
Yeah, maybe a D.
Screw you, iron. Next, we have a classic Monopoly piece. This is a wheelbarrow. When I was a kid, I thought wheelbarrows were called wheelbarrows.
Yeah, for sure.
And I was always like, why doesn't it look like a barrel?
I made that mistake too. Well, wheelbarrow, like, when the fuck else do you say barrow?
Yeah, it's true.
I think...
I'm feeling the same as I felt on the iron.
Yeah, I mean, I think a wheelbarrow is kind of cooler. It does have a wheel, and you have the potential to put other things inside of it, which is kind of funny. I like it a little more than the iron just because I like wheelbarrows more. I feel like they're more useful. Like, ironing clothes, you could argue that it looks good, but it's superfluous. I mean, you don't need to iron your clothes. No one in our generation really irons their clothes unless they're, dress shirts, dress clothes. And some people live like that, I guess, but I definitely don't. Don't care about an iron. A wheelbarrow, there's definitely still a use for. It's a mainstay of the garden tools. I mean, very useful and kind of nostalgic, for like rural shit. So I'd say it's a C. Okay,
I'd put it there.
Yeah.
Last but not least, I have a classic Monopoly piece.
Scared me.
It's the dog! I think we decided earlier it was a Scottish Terrier.
Yeah, someone will probably say...
Actually, that dog is not... The same person who commented about the hat.
Dogs and hats, that's what I know. I don't know. I mean, the dog is dope. It is the only piece that's alive.
That's true.
Which is cool. Dogs make a million sounds, has a lot of personality, you can move about the board. I remember the dog and the car being the ones me and my friend always fought for. So, I mean, the dog has to go S or A.
I would put it A. Well...
You just want the thimble to be in its own class. And no one gives a fuck about the thimble, dude. No one even uses a thimble.
I'll put it in S.
I don't know. What do you think? For real. What's your opinion?
I like the dog a lot. I don't like it nearly as much as the thimble, but like you said, like that's alive.
Yeah. You could put it in between S and A. We did that before, right?
Yeah. Very good idea.
Is the money bags later? I think
that came later.
Millennium Edition.
Something like that. Alright, here's the list. Awesome. I hope you didn't scrub past everything we said to look at the list, but there it is. If you would like to subscribe, please subscribe. Also, do my dishes, I made this joke in the last video. Write better jokes for the end of my videos. And nieces and nephews, thank you for watching so much. Take it sleazy and I'm out. Think.